Alright, so this is Calvin of Team APS.
And I'm Chris from Team APS.
And today we have a video about how to prevent cheating.
Because I know you've probably been cheated at an event before. You probably complained about being cheated at an event before. But today, we want to introduce some ways for you not to be cheated in this game because there are some shady people.
So just follow these instructions.
It's pretty simple.
And we got you.
Alright, for the first tip, always take your life points on paper and don't try to keep them in your head because you will fail. And if you ever get into any disputes with your opponent over life points, the judge is going to always rule for whoever has it down on paper.
And it's easy to keep it right though. Now, of course, you can use calculator for calculations. If you're not sure pen and paper wise about what minus what equals what, use it for that. But always make sure you put that back to the pen and paper.
Because fact is, everybody's just not that great at math. So have your calculator, have your pen, have your paper, and you're gonna be good. It's even got to a point where at events you can buy pens and paper from the vendors. They have it. They have Yu-Gi-Oh pads, they have pens. They're pricey. They'll overcharge you for a pen, but it's always good to have. I make sure every time I go to events I have pen and paper because I don't want to get cheated on life points.
And another tip with that is also it'll cut down on arguments because you can also show your opponent when they say, oh no, this happened, this happened, you can show them where on your paper, okay, no, I attacked with this for this much, this happened. So it's less confusion. You can't get cheated with it. A second one, if you're unsure about a call, don't be afraid to call a judge.
Yes. I know a lot of times whenever you go to events, you may sit down in front of a player who's very experienced in the game, and you may not be as experienced as that person, or it could be vice versa. If you ever have a dispute over a card ruling, just call the judge. It's not going to take that much time. It may take a lot of time, depends on where you're at, what kind of event it is, but usually if the judge comes over, the judge will read the card, you guys dispute it, you get the ruling down pat, and a lot of times they'll even give you an extension if it takes too long. Because
with you being unsure about what a card does, that gives your opponent the chance to take advantage of that.
Exactly.
So if it comes to if and when effects or something just doesn't quite make sense to you,
or something that's cost.
Judge, simple as that. Like figure out what the card does as your judge, because that's an easy way to get cheated by your opponent. Because if you're playing me and you don't know what my card does, I'm just gonna run with that. Why would I not? That's on your fault.
And the thing, and we're not saying that for the people who know their cards to run out and just cheat people that don't know their cards. Try to be as fair as possible when it comes to that. Because there are newer players in the game. There are people that don't know how to play certain stuff. Try to be as fair as possible. But to those people that don't know what the cards do, just call that judge. Like it's so easy. Everybody knows how to call judge. They even ask you, do you know how to call judge at events? So just don't be afraid to do it at all.
And that piggybacks into our next topic.
Number 3.
Read your opponent's cards. Don't take your opponent's words for what the cards do.
Never.
Because it comes times where sometimes I might not necessarily know what my card does. And it could be a little effect that I get wrong to change the whole game. So if I tell you to do something and it sounds too good to be true or you're not sure, read the cards.
Yes, and this tends to happen a lot, especially with the way a lot of people build their decks nowadays. A lot of people just, I hate saying the word, but a lot of people net deck. And you go online, you build decks, you don't read the card, you take somebody's word on how something works instead of figuring out how it works for yourself. And that messes you up in the long run because you'll go into an event trying to play certain cards, or your opponent plays certain cards, and you'll think that certain cards react with other cards a certain way. Instead of just reading it and it's right there in your face.
Stuff that could just be solved by just reading what your opponent.
And like we said, that piggyback from my last one. If that ever happens, just call the judge. But make sure you read your opponent's cards first, because you always want to know what their cards do on top of what your cards do.
Staying with our opponents, that leads us into our forward topic. Make sure your opponent keeps their cards visible and you know where card placement is.
Because last thing you want is for your opponent to put the banished field right in front of them, or the banished cards right in front of them. Then they're taking cards off of there and play them from their hand. It's just an easy way to get cheated. It's an easy way to just lose track of what's going on the field. Pay attention to where they place certain cards, like they
especially these days, because it's a link format.
Yeah, especially like if they link some of the monsters to a zone that one of their link monsters points to, don't let them switch that card from that zone to another one unless the card says they can do that. Because if they put it in one spot, it's there. It's just like searching a card from your deck. Once it's out there, it's there. Once your hand comes off of it, it's there.
Zone placements matter. Because honestly, I know from experience.
Yeah.
Putting something in the wrong zone can lock you out of your whole play.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
That's true.
So make sure once your opponent makes that move, placements matter.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay attention to the field. Which also leads us to the next topic of don't let your opponent take moves back, because that's an easy way to get cheated also.
That's one of the easiest ways, because the last thing you want is for your opponent to make a play and then they sit there and they think for maybe 5 to 10 seconds and be like, oh, I could have did this, would have been better. Now let me go back and do this because now I'm going to lock you out of your play. No, you mess up, you mess up.
Because something that happens with that is a lot of times a way you get cheated with that is the game state gets stalled and they're going back and forth taking moves back. It's like they're thinking. And eventually, something happens to where a monster gets summoned or a fist get happened, and the cost was never paid for none of this to happen, just because the game say got so confused because you're letting them take back so many moves.
Yes, and that is some stuff that you got to pay attention to, because you just don't want your opponent to win off of their mess ups, and the fact that you're not reading or you're not paying attention to the board. You don't want to lose that way. If you lose, you want to lose because you actually got outplayed.
I mean, it's not you coming off like being whatever. Like it's just that's the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. So you have to. The rules are there for a reason. It's reasons why they can't do that kind of stuff, and you don't want to give your opponent the advantage because you're being way too generous.
All right, now we're gonna jump right into number 6. Always cut your opponent's deck. Always shuffle your opponent's deck.
This should be an easy one to understand why. Reason being,
people stack.
Simply enough. I don't know an easier way to put that. The game nowadays, you search so much, so you know what card is where in your deck. It's easy to do just a little sleight of hand shuffle, put something where I need it to be, and you just tap the deck because you don't feel like shuffling. Well, now guess who just got a lot of advantage because you wanted to be lazy.
And that engage that they're about to draw off of is probably going to be a really good card. So always cut your opponent's deck. In between games, shuffle your opponent's deck. Really good. Because like I said, you don't want just cards to be stacked on top. But always pay attention to pretty much how your opponent, when they search cards, make sure they're searching out the right number of cards and not searching 2 cards instead of 1. And then when they give you the deck to cut, don't just tap it. Don't say you're good. Don't say no cut. You're going back in. Cut the deck. It doesn't take that long, and it'll save you a lot of trouble off of your opponent just flat out cheating you.
And a good tip with that is change up the way that you shuffle the deck.
Yes.
Because opponent, like you don't want to give your opponent the benefit of the doubt. If they see, okay, this is how this person always cut my deck, I still can make it to where I know this is coming. So let me put this card here. He's going to shuffle this way every time. Advantage again.
Now my Saryuja is going to hit the one card that I stacked in the middle of my deck and my opponent cut in the middle of my deck. So the one of the 4 cards I'm going to draw is a card that I stacked.
So
there are ways of doing it. Just try not to get stacked. Always cut your opponent's deck. Always shuffle your opponent's deck, especially at big events, because like I said, just shady people out here.
Switch it up. Number 7. Stay focused. Don't try to engage in conversations with your friends and stuff while you're at the table dueling your opponent.
We all know that Yu-Gi-Oh is supposed to be a fun game. It is a fun game. You have your friends there. Your friends talk. Your friends get excited when they see you winning your game.
That does happen.
They like to walk. People like to walk around the table. Even your opponent's friends like to do it. They want to know what's going on. Don't get distracted by what's going on around you. Yeah. Just pay attention to what's going on in the game.
Just because you've been looking for a card and your friend found somebody with it, so he's sitting to the table to trade with you while you're playing.
Tell him to hold on.
I'm in the middle of a match right now. Once it's over, I got it.
Yeah.
Because you want to stay focused.
And that just comes down to there's a time and a place for everything. And right now, it's a time for me to play Yu-Gi-Oh and potentially win this game. I'll trade you later.
Because because the people on the side of us is focused on their match. If you're looking over, talking to your friend, it's too easy for your opponent to just look at the next card, see if he want this in his hand to put something back. Like sleight of hand is real, and being distracted, it will happen. Tell your friends, hold on. Tell your friends before the tournament even starts. We're not talking during matches. Just wait. You can explain to me how you 2-0 somebody round 2
or
after my match is done.
Or explain to me how I misplayed
after the match.
After the match is done.
It's Chris said, time and place for everything.
Yeah. And that brings us to topic number 8.
Be sure to confirm the results of the match. This one gets a big smile from me.
Okay. Every time you go to big events or you go to like smaller regionals, whenever you win a game, you have to sign the match slip.
Sign the match slip.
Turn in the match slip if you win. Don't let your opponent turn it in for you.
And see, just that fast is how people get messed up. Sign and check. Remember that part.
Sign and check.
Sign and check the match slip.
Yes.
Because you will get cheated. You may be excited. You be so-and-so pro player. And now you are rushing to tell your friends what happened. So
and now you're playing down the next round.
And you can't figure out why. Well,
and then if they have to fix it, now somebody's probably getting banned, and now they got to redo the pairings.
All because you forgot to check the box also.
Or if nobody catches it, you never even know because you're playing down the next round.
And it's just not something you think about because you're still off of that one high beating so and so.
Yeah.
So just simple mistakes like that.
And this is not something we're just throwing out there. We've actually seen it happen.
Yes, this has happened. We've seen this happen. That's again, big smile from me.
Losers have signed the win on the match slip.
It's little things you can do to prevent being cheated, and that's definitely one of the big ones. It's just signing and checking your match slip.
Because once again, everything we talk about on this list has really happened.
It's something we've experienced.
Stuff we've experienced, and we just want you to watch out for pretty much the shadiness in Yu-Gi-Oh, because despite what you believe, there's a dark side to the game. People do take advantage of certain stuff, and we just want you to do better and not get taken advantage of when it comes to being cheated in Yu-Gi-Oh. If you like what you saw here today, you enjoyed these tips that we gave out to you, remember to like the video, comment on the video. We want to know what you guys think. We want to know some of the tips that you guys might have for other people because people read comments. They really do. You want to know just some of the stuff that you think about it. So remember to comment, remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and also remember to join the Team APS Discord. A lot of the Team APS fans in there, a lot of you guys are in there. But if you're not in there, remember to join the Discord. You can talk amongst us, talk amongst the other subscribers. And it's just a really cool place to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! With some of your favorite Yu-Gi tubers in the game. And that's all we got for you guys today, so peace out.